Orgacure, and I gave today a good presentation about what we are doing and why we are doing it. And I never make a presentation in the same, so it's not a standard presentation. Every time I make new, because I get a quick word of also. And a little bit about my person. I'm 43 years old, born in Germany, and I have background in aerospace and marine. So I started doing that in the Air Force, then I was going to the Navy, and so this was my entry, because I was very interested in Top Gun movie. So that's they had opportunities and to go on to work on military aircraft. So because that's what I wanted to do. My parents had a different opinion. I should go to the cremator and to do something more solid maybe. But I wanted to do something different. Later up I made quite a career. I was working for Accenture in business consulting. And I don't know how I came into this. And then I worked at the Shell. I got a very good offer from the Shell company. At that time, it was really good for me for the career path. Got promoted, many opportunities, not only that company. And I had deep in myself something what I wanted to do, my own business. And I had also an idea carried over for at least 10 years. But I was looking for the right people to do it together. So the other guys are today not here. They are in London and in Hamburg. It's for the marketing and for the finance. And but I'm sure they will give one or the other questions. Thanks to you for kind invitation for today. Yeah, it's very nice, and I think I feel also it's a good mix today of the companies who are coming together, because I think we all share this kind of circle where we have an overlapping food waste, then also with juice and organics, then with Siemens, because this kind of companies are very important because they make it happen and to connect everything, on a larger scale. Did I forget one company? Yeah. And us, we were introduced a little bit like the Apple guy, of course. That's only one thing. Table of contents, we have a food waste badge, talk a bit about food waste, then what we do, experience, it's all about experience, new produce, I have a different date, and then Q&A, if there are any questions. With food waste, I will not bother you with that what everybody knows already, everywhere it's written and so on. We don't go into this number crunching. I found it also quite boring all the time. Our company is about what can we do against this food waste. So that's more about. Can everybody hear me, or is this, my lips are a little bit dry, so I ask for insecure a little bit about that. I would like to just start a little bit. This is a plate of fruits here, and Josephine was so kindly helped me a little bit with the packaging, because I did this the first time. However, I'm an expert when it's about fruit and vegetables. I know nothing about flowers, but about fruit and vegetables, I'm quite good. And she's helped me with this, and what we did today is we purified this fruit and vegetables. You don't see this, it's not so exciting, but it has some benefits I will later explain to you. What I would like to ask first time, because these fruits are coming quite all over the world. Is there anybody here from maybe Italy? Anybody here from Italy? Anybody from what have you known? Is Italy from Spain? Anybody from Spain? No, from Spain. Then anybody from Morocco? Also not Morocco. Maybe it's not so popular. Anybody from where? From India? You're from India. Here are your products. The grapes, the Thompson seed grapes. You can see. Oh yeah. These are seedless grapes, and a little bit small, but they had also a long journey. I don't know exactly where from India, because India is very big. But and then we have some plums. Who likes plums? South Africa. Somebody from South Africa here. No? Okay. Yeah, and then from Colombia, for the bananas, also not. Is anybody nearby from there? For all of these countries. Okay, what I want to just to show you is just very simply, because I like always a direct example, and I'm not talking about things I have no clue of. Okay, so these items which we have here, I picked these items with a purpose, because these items are supposed to be very dirty in terms of pesticides, and it's reported in many magazines all over the world. These items, they are so contaminated you should buy organic. Whereas other items, they call it the clean, the dirty dozo, the list is long. And some items, they call it the clean 15, which are less pesticide contaminated, and they say you don't need to buy organic. Okay, I'm not talking about organic, I'm not into organic. Is everything organic? What has chemically a C, basically? This is organic, just a carbon. When you look here around, so the longest journey, so the apples they are from Italy, that 1,600 kilometers traveled, 1,700 kilometers for the strawberries. The blueberries, 3,000 kilometers, also not that much. The grapes, like you, when you travel home, you travel 7,100 kilometers or more. Apparently. And then, of course, the way back. So you know how it is, this kind of travel. Yeah. And the grapes may be under your seats in the belly of the airplane. And they are traveling with you. You don't know what is under you. Because they are also perishables. And they're not always coming with a reefer ship or something. No? They're coming probably with you. And they have also stress, they are tired. I can tell you. And these plants, they are always quite amazed. So I mishmacked it here a little bit. Because this is really a very long journey. 13,000 kilometers in the bananas. Here from Colombia was 8,300. I just looked in Google and checked the book. And then together, 35,000 kilometers. So this basket here is, how much is around the world? 40,000 kilometers or less? Yeah. So it's, or more or less, it's almost around the world. So one, yeah? So only for that. And we are all used to this kind of thing. Yeah? And so, what happened? This stuff, somebody on a farm, he took care of that. There comes a lot of water. We're talking about water issues, waste issues, electricity, diesel. There's a not electric tractor yet, but I don't know. I've lived from excavator electric from Mitsubishi or Hitachi. And so they need also a lot of diesel in agriculture. We talk about CO2. Yeah, there's a CO2, a lot. Then you have labor. People who are working every day wake up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I was working today at 4 o'clock and I was saying, Jesus, this is not my time. Yeah, to wake up so early, but I had to wash this stuff. Yeah, so maybe it's good to appreciate these people who work, that they are working early, so that you can eat this kind of stuff. Because they have to wake up early, because the produce has to be harvested cold, because later at 8 o'clock is maybe in India very hot, and then you cannot really harvest anymore. So the guys have to really wake up early for you. So then the stuff gets made, then comes the harvest. In India, it's one of the most fertile countries, and they have almost 4 harvested per year. You can have a cauliflower 4 times per year in India. That's possible. India is probably in the future the most promising country to feed the world. They are lacking technology, but they're getting more and more and better into this kind of things. So here comes probably in the future a lot of food for us. Then the other thing is, when it's sold, then it's distributed, then it's sent to some countries, because often the customers are sitting here and somewhere else. And we're here in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam, and it's a very important trip here for fruit and vegetables. becomes everything of the world comes here together. And we have a lot of hubs. We have one in Barendrecht. We started our company in Barendrecht. When we started, we get some fruit and vegetables directly from there, and then later we get a lab and so on and so on. And so the stuff gets on per ship, usually, or per airplane. It goes to Rotterdam. And from this kind of hubs, you have plenty in the Netherlands. And the Netherlands is that important because from there, everything goes far to Russia. Even the apples are coming here, yeah, and the apples are going then to Singapore because they don't have apples. Yeah? So they're making a very long journey, and everything goes over this hub. So the Netherlands is very important for distribution, excellent in distribution. And so when some action about food waste or about fruits and vegetables happen, it has to happen in the countries or where the hub is. Because he is also a polluter, he has a lot of responsibility on stake on the hand, and a lot of money. I think Dutch people know what I'm talking about. AGF sector, top sector, is a lot of money. And so we have a lot of journey here. And what happened? Yeah, some people just using this for decoration and not eating up. I hope everybody will eat that stuff. It's not made for it. So, yeah. And so eat that stuff, this is real. And otherwise, it will end up here. Yeah, I had to take it a little bit in this direction and end up where you have to take care of, Community Rotterdam, about this kind of things. And there starts probably, or before, communication not to do that. Yeah, to be awareness. So you have maybe to make an awareness campaign for the high-rise building people. Yeah? And it's also expensive for the apartment in high-rise building, so you should have maybe also customers for that. So that is one part of food with perishables. And there we can make an impact in the food supply chain. There's a lot of food which gets wasted, but here you can make an impact because you can make some simple measurements. Sorry? You can make some simple measurements how to really avoid food waste. If you have a question, you can ask any time. So later, before, whatever you like. Yeah.
So how large is your business? Just to get an idea.
It's a small business. We are 3 people. We had in the development, we had 5 people on board because we had an extra chemist from Leiden and an extra biologist from Leiden. I learned a lot from that. However, I'm also quite good in chemistry and in physics and mathematics, where my other things I'm absolutely not good into. And so that's the size of our company at the moment. So small, very small. No? And however, we have big goals where we want to grow. I don't want to bother you with all the big goals. So what we are thinking is, okay, when you have fruit and vegetables, you have this organic thing, then you have a fair trade thing, and we are thinking there's a missing link. It's a food waste. This is this area because you can be fair trade, completely organic, but you still make a lot of waste. Waste you as a customer doesn't see because it's hidden in front of you. You can only watch along the supermarket. When you go to Barendrecht, it's 10 kilometers from here, and Monday is always a rally. Monday is really the day where there's a lot of trucks from Europe, from Finland, they are coming, yeah, to buy stuff. And at the end of the day, you don't want to see how it looks there. There are big bins for apples, completely fine. You can eat it straight away. But some supermarket chains said, it's not our standard. There's something else. So this stuff has to go somewhere else. Sometimes it's remarketed, sometimes this and this. Who knows? But Prewashed Rotterdam and others, they have to find this kind of things out because you need to measure, and then you can really look into deeper into things. So what it's about our company is to say there are some cases where you can absolutely reduce the food waste at the source already, as a transportation aid, or later when you have the supply chain for the customer. So you can simply wash it. Not everybody washed it, but what we did is we developed a produce wash, and it's nothing magic. It's absolutely is something really scientific to do. You wash it and you use organic acids and salts. This is something very basic chemistry. But yeah, sorry.
We're talking about food waste. I have a question about the packaging, because we have seen all those products.
Yeah.
You also think about the packaging, for example, the apples, on the impact of the packaging on the whole waste problem. Don't you think about that during the whole process?
I have to admit, I'm also very dummy about packaging. I found it out today that I have to learn a lot. So what we did here just for the presentation is we used some biodegradable paper, and this is plastic, but actually this is made from corn. This is also biodegradable, and the rest here also, I think the sticker's not, but this is a palm leaf, I think. Yeah. So here's a company in Rotterdam, and they're really cool, and they can supply me straight away with this kind of things. But it's very important, yeah. What's about the plastic? When I'm going to the bin and I have my sack every week or something, the bin bag, I'm thinking, Jesus, I'm putting, there's maybe worse from the material, 20 euros inside, but I cannot use it. In some other countries, they maybe use this. They make some toys from this, yeah. But I cannot use it. I have to just put it in the bin. And I'm thinking, yeah, it's also money which towards goes in the bin. But that's our life here. If I would live in another country, maybe I would then adjust to that place. But it's really important. It's not only the fruits, it's the whole thing. And everybody can do only one part. I can do only the fruit and vegetable area. So we have all-in-one washing powder, and it protects from bacteria, removes residues, extends shelf life, and stops browning. The browning is only interesting when you cut the fruit and vegetables. And there is where we earn our money at the moment. When you have this convenient foods, and you want to buy this kind of things where you have gesneden apples, and you have these salads and so on. These salads are often spoiling very quick. And you have some items in the apple, for example, some simple stuff like radais, or some apples, they're turning a very quick brown or looking not nicely. So we talk about then it's a shelf life. It's how you call it, a cosmetic shelf life. So it's about cosmetic because the customer sees this, it's brown. Only one thing, he puts it straight away to the side. He will, the retailer puts it in the bin. It's a massive waste. So we have customers who are using the Orgacure to just wash the radais, some simple things to make the salad good looking. But Orgacure is more than just the cosmetic shelf life, because cosmetic shelf life is some kind of line. It says, oh, it's good, it looks nice. The underlying thing is the properties, what's under the skin. And here we talk then about biology, and we talk about microbiology, exactly. And this is very important because you can have a cosmetic shelf life. The produce looks still very, very nicely, but you are spoiled because the thing is this stuff is not anymore healthy for you, because the bacteria which you don't see are already growing. So we developed a product which is in line with the microbial growth and with the shelf life, the cosmetic shelf life. So it's one straight line. When you go on our webpage, you see this, and this is actually also our, if you want, the selling point of the product. I don't want to go too much in technicalities, and we have big visions where we want to aim. I don't want to sell powder for the end of my life, but at the moment I have a washing powder. I'm very proud of it. We have even a patent. I've developed it, and we made it happen. We had a lot of difficulties at the beginning to do that. So everybody who goes through this entrepreneurial thing knows how difficult it is. Finally, you get rewarded. What's that? And so the idea is to have in every fruit and vegetable harbor around the world a Waschrad, a washing machine, like a warehouse. The ship comes, the airplane comes, and they give us straight away the fruit and vegetables. We are washing, we are purifying these fruit and vegetables. What happens then is they change their properties. It's antibacterial. Why it's interesting that it's antibacterial? I'm just thinking we have in at least Italy is an exception, that's why I also asked for Italy. In Italy, is it like you must wear gloves when you want to touch the fruit and vegetables? You don't know who touched this stuff before, and you don't know from which farm it goes. Everybody knows the stuff, what happened, AHEC and so on. Yeah, this is in the press. There are many AHECs every day. So how we can trust this? I've talked with, it was for me more frustrating talk. I was talked with the second largest fruit and vegetable company in Belgium, with the chairman. The chairman was so proud, he's a CEO chairman, so he's still active. I was thinking, okay, the guys don't have to sit here, he can buy an island, so rich is he. So we had a 2-hour talk, and he said, Roger, I cannot do anything in fruit and vegetable, if there is no brand, we have to invent, we have to make a Sauger tax, a sugar tax, we have to make a fat tax. I don't want to call, I don't know what to do. 20 years I'm thinking day and night about what can we do to make a brand. And I disagreed. I made a public announcement about that. I wrote something about, and that's why the reason why I was invited. And I got heard. Do you know, because I wrote about Albert Heijn. Albert Heijn is sourcing mangoes from Mali. They call it fair trade. And then Mali has no harbor. So the stuff goes to Dakar, over the Senegal, with a truck. And from there it goes 12 to 14 days to Rotterdam, to the harbor, and then it goes to the supermarkets. On that journey, 10 mangoes are going, and 3 going in your mouth are sold. 7 are going in the bin. 70% waste. But they call it here, fair trade. And I said, would the consumer still think or listen to the marketing talk of Albert Heijn, Ahold? If they would know that 70% is wasted? Question mark. I'm asking just questions, simple questions. And that's true. Everybody can see this case in the internet. It's not hiding. And I got told, you know, Albert Heijn is our 110% customer. That's so weird. And then do some change. Yeah? And I said, you must change, and I want change. So, and we said, okay, what can we do? I talked with the fair trade people. Also, just, we have a little bit of time now. Talked with the fair trade people, and there they said, yeah, well, we are good in cocoa and good in coffee, but about fruit and vegetables, we don't know so much. I said, why are you putting your fair trade label then on it? Yeah? They said, yeah, I cannot further talk with you, you need to talk with this. Oh, okay, I called, no answer, email, no answer. So, just money making. Sorry to say, just money making. So is this Betrauer, can you trust? Maybe not. Here, bio. This bio label is very much a low level of bio. When you go to Demeter or other stores, there's higher. There are different levels of bio. Yeah? You can believe it, or is it just marketing? A lot of Dutch people say it's not worth the money. Netherlands. Maybe the people are quite sober about that. In Germany, people are thinking a little bit different. They think it's good. Because these kind of things are associated beyond just fair trade or that. You think also it's a super good product. There's also here should be incorporated fair trade and vice versa. That's why we're thinking. But we made the food waste and said, okay, nothing can be seen as isolated. It has to be seen together. There is no black spot. And I want that companies take corporate social responsibility, and Albert Heijn in this case is polluting the Netherlands. Sorry to say. Yeah? And that's why they should have a look into this. They're saying they do this, I can tell you, they do nothing. They do nothing. So we said, okay, what can we do? When the other people don't want, then we'd have to do always the first step for yourself. When you want to be, maybe there are some people in your group who are potential entrepreneurs who are saying they're approaching big companies, they're approaching big companies that goes here in and there out. Then you have to do it for yourself. And you have a good chance that you will succeed. I think. So we call it, it's just a little bit a tagline. Sometimes it's really cheesy taglines, and somebody said to me, Roger, you cannot put everything in once and so on. I said, I'm not trying this, but I want to explain it a little bit. And I said, okay, responsible food for independent people. I was saying independent people, because it's a very old dream of humans to be independent. When I see a small child, they want to hold everything for themselves. They want to have a full control. When you see old people, I have an old neighbor, 82 years. He needs a wheelchair. He's really so bop, yeah? And so but he refused to do this. He really wants, and with his wind, he cannot walk, yeah? He's really like this here, yeah? And he wants to be independent. So it's a very, very old dream. Everybody wants to do this. That's why I said, okay, independent people, can you be responsible when you are independent? Yes and no. And then what's today modern food? We have to trust some people in some service, because we cannot take care of everything, especially not of the food. So we have to take care of responsible food. We are also in responsibility, but we need companies who are not polluting us, who are taking care of these things what happen after. Yeah? And I think it's not too much to ask for a food company to say it's very selective. You know what? Yeah, I don't want to use these F words. The profits, yeah, and do really that what is responsible, where we really are behind. When a customer is asking for this, for cigarettes or whatever, nothing in smoker, yeah, and we don't do this. We just simply don't do this. We don't have a barley for that. We don't have that. Is this a problem? In my opinion, it's not a problem. Yeah. So, and that is for me absolutely responsible business. And that what we are doing is 100% responsibility. Yeah. And I'm very happy and proud. Yeah, proud. I cannot buy anything for proud. So we need people who are also buying our products. Our product is bought in the industry for retail, and for the food industry, and for caterers. They're buying our powder. Also for this product, I could sign up now a customer who says, yes, we want to wash the raw fruit and vegetable with this. I was not first later thinking about that an industry customer could be interested in. But they said, when we wash this fruit and vegetables, and later we cut this, then we have from the beginning a lower spoilage. We have a low microbiology, so we have later a longer shelf life. Yeah, and they did. So this case is actually on the industry level. I need, of course, more customers and so on to prove it. But the idea is to go further, to make own food business, to make if you want, so a food brand and stores where we are incorporating modern food technology, like vertical farming. For me, it's not a dream, it's possible. You need to put technology, and our company is very much technology driven. And so not only blah blah, we have also a little bit marketing blah blah at the beginning. And now when we look now today on our webpage, it's getting less and less and less. Because I say to the guys, hey, you don't need to do this. That what you're doing is really awesome. You don't need to do this blah blah blah. Okay. Just experience a little bit that we have a little bit of facts. This is a bell pepper. It's very popular. By the way, this has also more vitamin C than an apple, but somebody said to me, and it's also true. So when you see this, you can have the bell pepper washed or unwashed. So when you have this a little bit at a higher degrees, this is the room temperature, this is 22 degrees, 70 stores, what you see the difference, here you see wrinkles and here see you wrinkles, it's moisture loss. And what happens then with the bell pepper? This bell pepper gets wet, since it absorbs, it takes off the moisture from inside, gets outside, and then comes the mold. It looks really, really bad. After a couple of days, I saw bell pepper almost melting. And this happens also in the store, this happens in others, this happens in Turkey, this happens also in the Netherlands, which is a very, very big bell pepper producer. So when you have a stop lift, I think in the Netherlands you call it a stop lift with these 3 different colors. If there's one bad, they kick it away. They say, I don't care about that stuff. Yeah? It's a waste. Nobody opens this too. I say to Albert Heijn, give us your waste. We wash it. Yeah, yeah, we don't have food waste. Yeah, we have a structure. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah? So, sorry, I don't want to say sorry from Albert Heijn or Albert here. Maybe now. Yeah? Sorry. Yeah? So, grapes. From Italy, it doesn't matter in this case. We wash the grapes. I'm washing always the grapes with the Orgacure solution for some simple reason. It's very difficult to wash them really separate. Nobody will do this. I would get nuts to do that. Yeah? So, but I'm going often to the market. I'm living close to the Markthal. Yeah? and then I get my stuff and then I just wash it. The same with strawberries, because sometimes they are mushy and I don't want to put it in the bin. Yeah? So I'm washing it and then I have the confidence for myself, yeah, that it's safe for me. However, we are not selling the powder actually to the end customer. It could be some case in Brazil, because in Brazil it's a water quality band, and in Brazil there's a lot of fruit and vegetables established to wash at home and also in businesses. We have some talks about that. No? Melons, these are from Brazil. They're getting after a time black spots and booms, also very nasty. And when you see the difference here, sometimes in these cases, only one day makes a big, big difference. Makes difference, can it use a customer's mouse or can it not use a customer's mouse? So, because this is definitely goes in the bin, it's not only the waste of all the people who work for that, for all the diesel, all the CO2 or whatever, put in, it goes also then in the bin, and then Prewashed Rotterdam has also to take care of that stuff, and this they put then also some extra things in it. So apples is our bestseller, I would call it. Yeah.
I was wondering what is in this Orgacure solution.
It's organic acids and salts.
And salts.
Yeah. If you want to know a little bit more about this, also on our webpage, we have some technical diagrams, and there you can see exactly what's inside. So in more in detail, also with the petri dishes and so on. Yeah. This is basically a replication of the skin. And what we are doing is it's at the moment only a replication of the skin properties, which is then a powder and gets it back to the fruit and vegetable. In future, we want to use the skin, which is upgraded from the juice pressing, because you drink your Minute Maid juice or from the other guys, and but there's a lot of waste, because they call it Rester, they call it pulp, yeah, and there's one factory in Poland and in Warsaw. They have 300 tons of apple skin every day. 300 tons, it's unbelievable. 300 tons, and they don't know what to do this. In the past, they just put it on a field, but they don't have so many fields anymore. Yeah. So what they asked, they said, Roger, can you help us a little bit with this? And I said, yeah, okay. We're still on that case because it's very complicated. But have a look on the webpage, and then it goes a little bit also in technicalities. What we want to do, just quick, want to do in the future is we want to use these waste streams, and then like a circular economy, yeah? We want to use that, and we want to make a granulate, and want to put this in the Orgacure formulation inside. That we have this, but this will happen maybe in 5 years. You could do this already now, but on a very, very small scale. I cannot do this in practical. I need really factories who are upgrading this. They call it upgrading process, but that's definitely the future. That we are using that stuff what is already discarded. And that is also my dream, that I can use it because it's really cool. Yeah. 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Okay. That's already really short. Okay. I just new to use. I'm talking a little bit about the 30 dozen, Clean 15, and there are some items, apples and so on, which are very highly contaminated. Here's a little bit about scared fat report. I don't know why they call it fat, because we wanted to know what's. We want to know why. Whether people will buy this kind of things which purified fruits. And we don't know, and I think today we don't have the possibilities about this case competition there to ask the question, but I hear maybe later on at some other days we have the possibility. But what the scared fat report is really interesting is, this was about the first time, it's from the USTA, US Department of Agriculture. They found out people eating less fruit and vegetables. They want to find out why. Because these guys here are from the Environmental Protection Agency, from the EWG, and they are saying fruit and vegetable is not safe, so they are kind of counterproductive. And they say, hey, we want the Americans eating fruit and vegetables, and not Snickers bars and so on. Yeah? Or not so much of them, because they're also delicious. So, and the thing is, what they found out is they ask, what I found interesting, they ask high income and low income, because I'm dreaming of to bring this stuff to people with low income, not to us, to you only. This would be a spoil or a waste in my opinion. I want to bring this to everyone. That's affordable. And it's affordable. It looks only a little bit fashionable, but it is affordable to roll out. And here, what's happened here is over 50% say when they ask, what are your concerns when you, what holds you wrong from buying fruit and vegetables? They were here saying it's a contamination of fresh produce, yeah, and so the pesticides and so on. And second was cost, which is very interesting. Cost is not first, and then third is the here's the produce safety, and then here's the pesticides. And in taste and originality is very low. And interestingly, low income, but there's a logic in it. Low income are more concerned because they cannot go to organic produce. And I'm interested in low income. Interestingly, I'm interested. I want to have people all chances to buy good produce. Then it goes in that direction. We made a white crate because I want that it's sold in a white crate. Distinguished from the black and the green crates, which I found annoying. White crates because it's purified fruit and vegetables. Antibacterial, no residues. Maybe some people care about this. I think a lot of people caring about this ready to eat because you don't have to wash this up. You can eat it straight away. Somebody can touch, no problem. You can eat it. Of course, you should not touch yeah. So, but you can do that. And then you have here some pros and cons about that. And you have most of the time, or even so, you have a pros. And the difference is also when we want to market to the end consumer, we wanted to know if there's a market, would people pay a premium, let's say 10% of normal produce, or they pay for organic for 30%? Because the juice guys, or juice bars, yeah, they have also constraints. They're using only organic produce, and it's not all the time available. And then also for a higher price, they have to also then to make their compromises. But I think we cannot turn the time back. Yeah? I don't want to have, my mother said she wants to have only in that time, she wants to have in winter this and this and this, regional, and so on. I said, yes, but I'm differently educated. I'm used to have this all year round. And I don't want to educate my customer to do this differently. Question and answer. Sorry for taking too much time. I don't know how to talk. Yeah, question.